all you podcasters in Indie Podland. I hope you are all doing great today, feeling great, being great, exfoliating great. I don't know where it's from. And just helping other people be great. That's what I hope that you're up to today. And if not, I hope you're relaxing. I hope you're taking the day off and enjoying well, at least it's beautiful here. I don't know, wherever you're from, wherever you're living, please pop it in the chat so that I know. Drop it in the chat below where you are watching and listening from. If you are watching and listening live, want to find out what is going on over in your world, because today is Figure It Out Friday. So we answer questions. We look at the week in review as far as what we've talked about over the course of this week in and on the Indie Pod Daily show. So looking at what we talked about, what we're going to be talking about in the next couple days. Hey, what's going on? It is a gorgeous day out there, Sharon. Good to see you here. So if you have any questions, please drop it in the chat, and I will be happy to answer it, because this is the free coaching Friday, known as Figure It Out Friday. I feel like the name it's tough. Free coaching Friday sounds like a lot of other people use that same thing. I like the Figure It Out Friday, but it doesn't state that it's free coaching. So I've been kind of playing around with that a little bit. It's part of the whole, like I said back on Monday, with my fire, ready, aim approach to how I do things. So sometimes we don't wait around to figure out what the best name or the best thing is that we could possibly have. We just roll with what we got where we're at. So this week, if you have questions, again, please pop them in the chat below. If you have questions, for a week in review, this week we started out talking about the Fire Ready Aim, where I discussed, how I think, and I try to, throw things together and get it going, and then I figure out, like, okay, now I think I'm ready to take that next step, and then I start aiming, and yeah, that's. I mean, you should go check out that episode for more of an explanation than that, but that's what we talked about on Monday. On Tuesday, we talked about the Venerable, and I've been using them for a long time, the Shure SE215s. Absolutely love these headphones. I'm not using them right now because I got to put the foam tips back on, because these plastic tips are just they're killing my ears. It's not very comfortable. But with the foam tips, I thought I would try something different, because I also have some and I don't really want to open them, but some wireless headphones, earbuds that I use as well, but I can't monitor my sound. Well, I can, it's like on like a really bad delay. I can't easily monitor my sound with that. So which goes into what we're going to talk about tomorrow on Scholarship Saturday, which I haven't figured out when exactly that's going to be, because of the fact that we're doing a live virtual conference. In fact, I didn't even mention it yet, that we are doing a live free virtual conference, Podcasting for Beginners, on June 13th. That is the next virtual conference. You can totally join for free. Go to indiepodcasters.com/virtual to get all the information. We have over 20 podcasting experts that will be joining us live here in the Indie Pod group, and looking forward to that. As well as, if you haven't heard, Indie Pod University is it's open. It's 100+ hours and growing, including this video right now getting dropped into the Indie Pod University. Go to indiepoduniversity.com to get a free 7-day trial when you sign up. It's everything you're looking for podcasting resources is in there, and it's not just from me. It's from all the other podcasters that have attended all the other MapCon events, all the other Icon events, virtual events, and then all of these daily videos are being dropped right over there on that site as well. So yeah, today, if you're just tuning in, I want to know where you're watching from. Drop it in the comments below. And today is Figure Out Friday. So if you have a podcasting question that's been burning inside of you, let it out. Let it out. Let it sing in the chat, and I will attempt to do my best answer for it. So on Wednesday, we talked with Karen Yankovich about building your personal brand using LinkedIn. A lot of people have kind of overlooked LinkedIn over the years, and especially if you're like, oh, I'm a personal brand, so like I need to be on Twitter, I need to be on Instagram, I need to be on Facebook. But as it turns out, LinkedIn is a great opportunity for you to get networked with the movers and the shakers who have the monies to pay you, and that is an opportunity that you should be taking up on. So go check that episode out. It was Wisdom Wednesday with Karen Yankovich, LinkedIn expert. On Thursday we did Training Thursday, and we talked to Jenny Wren Stotrup. She was it kind of came out really quick when we were talking. Like I went to go Google for her site, grittybirds.com, and I couldn't find it. Not on the second page of Google. Like it wasn't showing up. So we diagnosed like some of the things that she needs to do to get that on there, and help build out a little bit of an idea of like, okay, like she wants to find somebody to help her build her website out. So if you're that person that wants to help her build out her podcasting/business website, please shoot me a message or shoot me a message in the chat. We'll get you linked up, and she can should be able to work with you and make that happen. So that brings us to today, where I wanted to talk a little bit about in case there was no questions, because if you're not asking questions in the chat, then Figure It Out Friday Q&A is going to be mighty short. So ask your questions in the chat. No, what I wanted to talk about today was like really looking at who your target base is, because it came up in conversation yesterday with Jenny. Like if you didn't get a chance to watch it, totally understandable. It was like over an hour and 20 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that. And effectively, one of the things that she said at the end really stuck with me, because I have experienced that as well, where your community might be filled with one type of set of people who are following you and being a part of the community. But then it turns out you have this whole other this whole other section of people who are the ones that are actually paying for you to be on, to like, they're paying, they're actually sending you money and hiring you for stuff like that. Yeah, so that's exactly like that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit today. But we got our first question here. What's up, Kamari? Let's see. He asks, "What are you using to stream?" Looks like you are broadcasting with a DSLR camera. Well, that is a great question, and second off, a great astute observation here. Yes, I am using a DSLR. Well, it's not a DSLR, it's a mirrorless DSLR. I am using the Canon I actually have one right here in front of me. So I'm using the Canon M50. I am using StreamYard to stream this currently. That's the software that I'm using. But the Canon M50 is one of the softwares, or so one of the cameras that Canon has opened up. Let's see, EOS webcam. Let me share my screen here so I can pull this up here. So, thank you very much. I hope I said your name right. Kamari. I think I would think that's how you would say it, but I'm not certain. So they have beta software available for you to go and download, and it's available now on the Mac. So if you had heard about this and you weren't able to get in on because you had a Mac, they now offer Mac support for the software. So effectively, you don't need a stream card. You don't need an Elgato like 4K Cam Link or Cam Link 4K, whatever they call it. You just need the camera. You need a way to power it. So in my case, I have a dummy battery. I don't have one in front of me. So you're saying, Kamari says, man, I use StreamYard. I got to work on my look. Yeah, so you can definitely do that by using the branding button. You can change the colors. Like here's like the minimum look the minimal look. I use the color so it pops a little more. And then you can use the overlay. So like I use it to like throw up, hey, this is a free podcast coaching with Super Joe Pardo and Figure It Out Friday. Or like, hey, I'm doing a master live streaming in 4 weeks with Ross Brand, or I'm doing the Master Your Virtual Conference in 4 weeks with Tim Gillette, like those things. Or hey, you would check out Independent Podcast University, which you can totally get over 100 hours of educational videos starting at $9.99 a month. So I use the overlays, and then I use the backgrounds as well to help sometimes tell the story. So if I want to put like fireworks in the background, like you gotta find your own fireworks. Plus you have the branding, the logo. You know, you put your logo up in the top, and you change your colors. You said, oh, cool. Glad. I'm gonna give myself some things. I'm usually really bad at saying names. Let's see. I have a Panasonic. Kamari says I have a Panasonic G7, and I got a cam link. It's okay, but I got to work on it. So what lens are you using with the Panasonic G7? G7's a great camera. I had one for a little while, but I ended up returning it, and I return a lot of things. It's like no, in fact, that's one of the things I'm thinking about doing is as a tech channel where I talk about the things that I buy, and then if I'm going to send it back, I some of my friends have decided to call me send it back, Joe, because I do send a lot of things back. So it's the 14 to 42. Okay, so that's a 28 to 84 millimeter lens. What's the f-stops on it? Let's see. I use StreamYard, but I haven't got to all of that at all, or haven't got to all that at all. He says. So. Yes. So, like, anyway, if you have a Canon camera, in the meantime, while he's answering that question, you can. Oh, that okay. He says he doesn't know. Well, look on the look on the lens, and you're gonna see somewhere where it says like, I don't know which lens you specifically have. So I would look at you look at like it'll say like 2 to 4. I'm not. Let me see. I could probably look it up real quick. 14 to 42. Was it L mount? L mount? No. Micro Four Thirds. Let's see. So this. So okay. So it might be the kit lens that you have. The 3.5 to 5.6. I'm wondering if is it the kit lens that came with the camera itself? Because you can f3.5 isn't terrible. Like I can actually show you if let me hide off my screen here. If I see, can I click here? Here we go. So like f3.5. So that's f3.5. So if you have it at the widest, as long as you have a lot of light around you, you can see it's getting a little grainy on me there, grainier than it was because I'm running at 2000 ISO, which still looks good. Background isn't as blurry. You got to remember this is like a 32-foot room, so with most of the room behind me. So you have to keep in mind like that's a thing. So once if I drop this back down, this lens is a f2.0, so you can really see the difference here in like the background coming into focus. See, like, you can start to see like the whole background. But now I'm at f10. It's to me. Well, I'm here. I mean, I'm looking at it like as a clean setup. Like I'm not looking at it through the lens of the internet. So that's f10. But yeah, so you want to be at like f3.5. Still looks pretty good, right? Like a little less blurry background. But your f3.5 is going to be even less blur or even less like bokeh or blurry because of the fact that you're using a Micro Four Thirds sensor, so it's smaller. It's half the size of full frame. So full frame is like this. You're like that. And I'm on a APS-C sensor, so it's bigger than the Micro Four Thirds sensor. So I'm going to bring it back down to f2.0. Let's see, crank it back down, and now I'm at 200 ISO, 640 ISO. Though my chest is in focus and not my face. Oh, there we go. So, well, thank you, Kamari. So yeah, so those are things you can do. Like I said, so if you have a Sony camera, depending on which Sony camera you have, APS-C, mirrorless DSLR, you can get this look as well, depending if you have the right like fast enough lens. F1.8, F2, 2.8 is generally considered fast or fast enough to get that look. And if you have, like I said, they just came out with this software like a month ago, because otherwise you need to use what like Kamari has, which is he has the Cam Link. I have a Cam Link as well under my desk, but part of the problem is getting a clean HDMI output. So I don't think there's any easy way for me to show you what this looks like, but I have all of the settings. Like I have the screen flipped out, and right next to the camera I have all of the settings. I can see the box, what's being pulled into focus. I have my rule of thirds, so I know, like, hey Joe, you should sit up a little bit, and put yourself so that you're filling the frame more, because if I start slouching back like this, I look tiny, like I'm 6'2". Like I gotta fill the frame up here. I want to sit up proud and tall. So also helps you project as well. So those are some things that you can do. If you have one of those cameras, one of these Canon cameras laying around, you absolutely could hook it up to your computer and get a clean video feed without costing you any extra money, which is the reason that I'm absolutely using this camera all the time. Because if I switch, like I could switch over to my Logitech C920, which, hey, looks pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, I've used it for years and years and years now, and it still looks, it's a nice wide angle lens. It's great. You're getting like a lot of the room in and all that, but it's comparatively speaking, it's really soft. So if you already have the stuff, like if you already have this kind of equipment laying around and the software is available to you, like I would absolutely not hesitate to try to set it up to use it. Now you still need an easy way of mounting it, which truth be told, like, there's a reason why I hadn't been used this, because I didn't want all these extra, like an extra arm with extra wires and all this stuff. How am I switching? Well, I am switching using just going into the cam mic button. Let me see, I could go over here. So if I just go to cam mic and just change my camera. Now, one thing that I do, you can't see that, my bad. Just go here to the cam mic button and I just change my camera. But one thing that I will do from time to time is I will open up C920 is good, man. It's easy. It's plug and play, right? And that's, if the tech's going to get in the way for you, then it's not worth like going out of your way to like prevent yourself from doing more live streaming. So what I'll do from time to time is I'll open up a second window, an incognito window. Let's see. Is it? Oh, there we go. So I'm going to change my camera over to my C920, change it to 720p, enter broadcast. I got to mute the tab so that I'm not hearing the talk back there, and then I can add it. Oh, I gotta mute that too. There we go. So now it's mute, so I'm muted, and you have both the side view, and then if I open up the Logitech like camera software like this, I can change it to, I usually have it in black and white, but because Logitech doesn't know how to like save settings for a camera apparently without opening the software, because I guess they don't have any chips on the camera that they sell for $50, I kind of don't blame them. So I could have this side view as well as my main camera, which is just super helpful. Like I was saying earlier, I'm thinking about doing more tech reviews, not just Tech Tuesday, because Tech Tuesday is like really focused on like content creation and stuff like that, but reviewing other stuff that isn't necessarily content creation stuff, but is tech related. And in doing so, I could easily use this. Like I'm thinking about how do I create like a live production without like, okay, I shot all this video. Now I need to sit down on my computer and I need to edit, an hour's worth of video down into like a 10-minute review. I could do it, but what I'm thinking is like, hey, if what if I use this and I use the overlays, right? And I could bring up video because you can upload up to 10-minute or 5-minute video clips, so I could just shoot a bunch of B-rolls, right? And then upload them in my computer, make any kind of quick edits I need, and then just like literally do the live stream, and run those video clips. Oh, well, yeah, thank you. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm thinking about, just because I want to create more content, but and I want to get what's in my mind into the world, but I need to do it in a way that doesn't have me sitting behind a computer for hours and hours and hours and hours to make one piece of content that you throw into the pond of, or the black hole of the internet. So using things like StreamYard, or I mean even OBS, I could do it too, but with StreamYard, I like it because I can get that live feedback. I can take questions and answers, or take questions and give them answers right in the live stream, right in the mix, and then like literally download the video, and I already have it set up, so it'll go right to YouTube. Right to YouTube, and then I just change all the stuff. Like, yeah, right? Doesn't it? I like editing videos. There's certain things I will. Like if I'm doing a vlog, like if it's the Indie Pod, when we finally host the next Indie Pod event in person, like I'll be doing another vlog. Like I'll have my Canon M50 out, and I'll be vlogging and getting testimonials and stuff like that. So all of that is possible. But it just has to be warrant the time and effort that you're going to put into it. So, hey, Jeremy, how you doing? Good to see you, man. I miss you. I hope we'll get to see you real soon, soonish. I'm glad the audio sounds great. I do have a couple fans running around above me and one off to the side here because it is kind of warm. I don't have the air on at the moment, and these are like earmuffs. So the SM7B, this is the SM7B, also known as the Thriller mic. Absolutely love it. He asked, what mixer interface are you using? I am not using a mixer. I'm going straight into a Cloud Lifter, right into a Focusrite 2i2. So I've had a couple different. I've had a 2i4 before, which was nice. But I used the 2i2. I think it's a Gen 2. I think I bought it right before the Gen 3 came out, which is kind of a shame. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe. Oh, you know what? These have the 2i. Maybe I do have the Gen 3. What's the Gen 3 look like? Maybe I don't have a 2i2. Maybe is there a 1i1 or 2? Because I don't have 2 XLR inputs. I just have 1 XLR input and a 1/4-inch jack input. So that's now I'm feeling kind of dumb. It's in my desk. Oh, okay, it's this. Okay, I have the Solo. So I have the Scarlett Solo. So I have that with this, the XLR plugged right into a Cloud Lifter that goes right to here. So, as long it sounds good, right? It's doing the job. I have a mixer under that. I have a Yamaha 6-channel mixer, but I just don't. I just didn't feel like I need it. I would plug it in if I was going to do like a live interview here in the studio here. Like I absolutely would. I would totally get that. Glad it sounding great though. Carrie asks, what do you edit videos with? This is going to sound super noob, but I will tell you the best tool is the tool that you have, right? If you're trying to take pictures and you don't have your big old fancy rig, you break out the phone, right? It's the best tool that you have on you. So while I have tried to use Final Cut Pro to be like all the pros and all that stuff, it gets too much in the way of what I do, of how I edit, and I'm mostly doing storytelling through the video itself, not like crazy transitions and all that stuff. So for me, I use iMovie. Comes free on the Mac. Absolutely love it. It's simple. The only two things that I change about iMovie, I mean, I love. This is a MacBook Air, and it it takes a while to export, but I don't really care because like I can get things done on my Windows desktop here, right? Let's see. So, what was I saying? So like I have a copy. I have access to Adobe Premiere Pro and all that, but you know, it's a lot of times I just don't feel like I need it, and I can edit so much faster on the trackpad in iMovie. The only two things I edit is I edit I edit shortcuts. So iMovie doesn't by default have shortcuts, but there's a way to add keyboard shortcuts. So the ones I do is like Command and tilde is my cut button, and Command and 1 is my delete button. So I can like just literally sit there and just boop 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 boop, do all my cuts, and delete things, bring it all together, and make it happen. So like that's what I edit videos. And she says I both love and hate that answer. I'll tell you, I also do use I have Adobe Premiere Elements 14. It's great in a pinch because I have a pretty powerful 12 core desktop here, so it's great in a pinch to just like, hey, I need this I need to edit this really quick. I don't want to have to transfer it to my Mac and all that stuff because I only really use my Mac as a laptop. Like when I'm not at my desk, this is what I'm using because they, in my opinion, they make the best laptops. Like I like Mac OS. I don't love it. I don't love Windows either particularly, but it does a lot of things that I need it to do. I wish if I could get iMovie on Windows, then it might be game over. But the fact of the matter is no Windows desktop, no Windows laptop has a trackpad as good as the MacBook. I can do leaps and bounds amounts of work, get on that trackpad with that keyboard, and you know it's a lock, like it's done without even really trying hard. So I absolutely, with the exception of just adding those two shortcut keys for delete and cut, that's the two things. So yeah, Ryan's using the 2i2 3rd gen. Kara's loves the 2i2. Yeah, I had a 2i4. I forget why I got a 2i4. Like it was the first gen. It was 6 years ago. I think it was what was available at like Best Buy at the time. And I actually ended up using it because I was outputting to my speakers as well as my headphones, and I needed that extra two outputs. I forget what I was using them for at the time. So Jeremy says I used that one, and I'm deciding to pick up that or the PR40. So I'm guessing you're saying you use the Scarlett Solo or the Scarlett 2i2, the 2i2 3rd gen, and yeah, I like here's the reason. The reason I got this mic specifically was when we had our daughter 4 years ago. I was like, I'm using a Yeti. I love it. A lot of people beat up on it. It's bright. Even when you turn the gain all the way down, it's still very bright. Picks up everything. I was like, I don't really want crying in the background of my show. Coincidentally, that's also when I stopped editing my show back in 2016 because I was like, I don't have time for this anymore. Like, I just can't do it. It's just not going to be a thing. So switched to this mic to try to drown out some of that sound, and it's been a great thing. Thank you so much for watching, Kamari. I appreciate you jumping in here and asking questions, and you are so welcome. Please feel free to come back any Friday and ask any day really, and ask your questions. Jeremy says Premiere Pro is super CPU heavy. I have an i7 3.1 gigahertz. It still lags sometimes. I'm gonna guess. Let me see which i7 3.1 gigahertz. Which generation? Okay, so that's a 3rd generation chip. Looks like so that's a 3rd generation Intel chip. So, which is a good chip for all intents and purposes. One thing I would say, if you're going to continue to edit video there, Jeremy, I would look at getting because Adobe Premiere Pro just recently updated their NVENC codec encoder. So what I would do, I don't know what graphics card you're running, but if you get an NVIDIA graphics card, and you could get something probably as low as like a 1050 or like 1650 might be too expensive. But if you get like a 1050 Ti, I would do a little more research on this, but like for like $150, you should be able to encode a ridiculous amount faster. Type it into YouTube, and you'll find like Adobe Premiere. Let's see, Adobe Premiere Pro NVIDIA NVENC. Yeah, export faster in Adobe Premiere Pro with NVENC encoder 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. This like just happened like within the last month. They just added this faster encoding. So I think the file size comes out a little bit more than if you just do it with your processor. But I mean, if it's I remember watching, I forget whose video I watched, but one of these people's videos I watched, and I was like blown away. It's like not even close. And I gotta say, it's about darn time, because they've had this encoding for a long time, and it just like, oh, you have this powerful graphics card. It didn't make any bit of difference how fast your graphics card was versus like once you got to like a GTX 1050, like a baseline card, it's a middle tier, like big time seller, like I showed, it's like $150. It didn't really make any difference if you went to the most expensive card that was $1,000. It made like zero difference in your export. It made like seconds, in difference. Now that they have this new encoder in there, bam, that stuff is going to light up your workflow and export so much faster. I mean, he's saying 200% faster. I mean, that's huge. So like that could take your processor that's now 7 generations old and give it all new life, because that's a great process. It is a great processor. Sandy Bridge was a great Sandy Bridge and Ivy Bridge were great processors. Absolutely awesome. I think that's actually I think that's Ivy Bridge, third generation's Ivy. I think. Anyway, point being is if you you want to give that card that processor new life, get yourself an NVIDIA card and do that. And Jeremy says, I'm a bigger tech nerd than you thought I was, Joe. Yeah, apparently, Jeremy, I love it. I love hearing that. Let your nerd flag fly. Carrie says, have to be careful because Adobe doesn't like all NVIDIA cards. True. I haven't done, I don't know which ones it's actually compatible with, but the 1050, I would think, it might not be the fastest card you could buy. Let me see. NVENC compatible cards. Gets support. Adobe Premiere gets support for blah 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 blah. Where we at here? So here's a basic 4-code transcoding using an RTX 2060, which is still like a $300 card. Takes 4 minutes and 45 seconds as opposed to 11 minutes and 43 seconds if you just use the processor alone, and that's a 9750H, which is a laptop processor, which is great. That's pretty awesome. But as far as which cards are supported, cuts the video faster. It's up to 5 times faster exporting than. Maybe I don't know if it's only. It shouldn't be RTX only, because the CUDA cores are the same that's been on all the cards. Like, doesn't matter what generation you're. Well, I think up to a certain, I forget which generation they started in, but it is not. I'm not seeing. Let's try searching Adobe Premiere. NVENC compatible cards. I just want like a list. Show me a list. Can I get a list? Everybody loves lists, right? Who doesn't love lists? It was interesting. It was really only the Core i5 7600K system that didn't see a significant performance. Advantages over QuickSync are also similar to blah blah blah. So looks like depending on what processor you have, it's possible that you might not get any real export to the preset. So I'm guessing this is frames per second, right? Yeah, frames per second. So yeah, I could kind of see where it's like, okay, QuickSync is still pretty fast. But unless you're talking about like a newer card, because this is a GTX 1070, so I apologize. GTX 1050 will probably not get you there, because that's a much slower card than the 1070. And 1070 is still a great card, but like QuickSync is still pretty quick. But now, once you start looking at like the newer hardware, software versus, oh, that's right. I guess because some of these processors don't even have QuickSync built into them, which is on the processor itself. Like that's like a encoding technology that comes with any of the Intel processors that have like onboard graphics. Let's see. Or is it what they is that what they fix? I'm not sure. But it like it looks like in a lot of cases. I mean, this is a little bit faster. Like if you had a 7600K, which is still 4 generations newer than what you have at the moment, Jeremy, it could be faster. So potentially could be faster than what you have. And I'm not sure how a Core i5 7600 stacks up to your processor. If I had to guess, they're probably not too much. They're probably not too much of a difference. So it probably is kind of comparable. If I had to guess, I'm not 100% sure though, off the top, like without looking at some stats. But yeah, so that's an opportunity to do it. Now, with that said, the other reason I do like iMovie is it does export faster overall, though I can't say that if that's the case now with this new update. And I'm curious if it would actually be any faster for my workflow because when I edit videos in Adobe Premiere Pro, I have a 12 core 24 thread Ryzen 3 processor, so like I already have a ton of processing power to throw at it. I don't know if it would actually be faster for me, but I could, if you have a laptop and you have like an NVIDIA graphics card built into it, it absolutely could wind up being faster for you. So I didn't know that we'd be going down that road. How cool is that? We start talking about video, and then we talk about editing. That's kind of how it goes. We'll figure it out Friday, and I just want to keep it, open and not be afraid to scroll through and find out the answers. Help you hashtag figure it out on Friday. What you can do, what you're using, how you can use it better. Go through all of the steps. In case you're wondering what my YouTube recommendations look like, this is what it looks like. This. I will probably just watch this video right here from Linus Tech Tips. Anyway, yeah. So if anybody else has any questions, like feel free to drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I do have an announcement. I haven't emailed anybody about this yet. But we are officially going to be postponing the Indie Pod conference in September of this year. So this is the first time I'm announcing it because I literally I got to sign the contract for next year, which is going to be September 9th to the 11th, 2021. Get that on your calendar so you don't miss. If you're watching right now, I appreciate it. Thoughts on the Rogan deal? I think it's short-sighted. Is it so for Jeremy short-sighted for him or short-sighted for Spotify? Because I mean, if they're, I don't know if I don't know all the ins and outs of the deal. How long is the Rogan deal for him? Okay, so you think it's short-sighted for him? Once you get past $5 million, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money, like a lot faster. So, doing from 5 to 10 to like, and once you're talking about that, so let's see, how long is his deal for? YouTube is massive for him, and he'll lose that. Yeah, but the thing is YouTube also decides who gets to stay and who gets to go. They are the gatekeepers, right? And nothing's promised. If they knocked him off tomorrow, or they just change the algorithm and he starts getting less and less views, all of a sudden he starts, less and less traction. All of a sudden, like nothing's guaranteed. So it's going to be a distribution problem. Yeah, and Spotify will probably have to rise to that occasion. Now, it makes me wonder, because I know Spotify is supposed to be doing a video-based outlet, right? And that's one of the reasons they wanted to bring Joe Rogan, because like not only is in the podcasting, he's also in the video space. So Are they going to be trying to create their own like video on demand service that maybe starts to dabble into rivaling YouTube over the next like 3 to 5 years, 2 to 3 to 5 years? I don't know. I personally am not a subscriber to Spotify. I use Amazon Music, and I am very happy with Amazon Music for the most part. Let's see, I've heard he was concerned about YouTube censorship, so that's part of it. And he probably was, right? Like I said, like if YouTube decides differently, like they decide like, hey, we don't like what's going on here, or the tides change, all of a sudden he's looking on the outside with no contract to YouTube. Now, if YouTube had stepped up and said, hey, we want to put your stuff on YouTube Red, here's a check, that, look, money talks, right? So like if you can get that money, get that money. He worked really hard to make that, to build that. Let's see. We use Spotify way too much to listen to the Frozen soundtrack. Yeah. We are listening to every time we watch a new movie that we're listening to the soundtrack for days and days and watching the movie 100 times over until the next movie night that we do at our house, which is like usually about once a week. So Ava can get into watching more and more new movies and old movies that she's never experienced before. That's what movie nights are for at our house. Carrie says he only needs to take a portion of his audience to be successful enough. Yeah, you're right. He does. Now, and here's the thing, right? So how long, Rogan deal length, how long is the contract for? Okay, thanks, New York Times. I don't understand how they could be the first, like, they're the first result, but then if you don't subscribe to them, then you don't get, like, no thank you. Like, Google, like, yeah, they never cease to amaze me. So is it like a 10-year deal or something? Like, is he getting like 10 million a year? Is my question, because let's see. Let's see. 10 million plus redefines podcasting strategy. I don't agree with that at all, because the whole point of podcasting is to get people behind you and bring them along. And then the more people you have and the more niche they are, the more it's worth to advertisers who want to be a part of it. And that advertiser might be you. You might be the one creating those courses and those things. But like, that doesn't, you should be, and now with, video has been a thing for a long time, but now with live streaming, it's so much easier to do it. This is so much easier for me to do this and have a live audience where I can bounce questions off of and give answers and give thoughts right on demand. Like, to me, this is so much more powerful than sitting in a room just talking back and forth. And even if I'm just ignoring the questions, ignoring the chat, and bringing it in at a certain point during a show, that to me, that's still so much more powerful. And it's so, like, look, as a DJ, like, look, you can see my DJ equipment's like right over here behind me. As a DJ, when I'm DJing live, like, I love getting crowd feedback, crowd reaction. I love being able to bounce ideas and playing and tinkering and all that stuff, and trying different songs and different sounds to get people moving. So for me, like, having the opportunity to bring people along with me for that journey and is just awesome. So like, I'm not seeing off the how long it is, but like, if you say let's see, Spotify spent approximately $600 million on podcast related acquisitions in the past 18 months, including its buy of Anchor FM, Gimlet, and Paracast. So I would argue that, like, if Gimlet Media got $195 million and he got $100 million on his own, what does that say? Like, what does that say about the state of podcasting? And Anchor, I definitely think they overpaid for Anchor. Like, I mean, you're just bringing one person on, and again, it doesn't state whether or not. It doesn't state how long that contract's for. So I don't know. So I would have to say that he's probably got to be getting like 10 million a year, and for 10 years, maybe more, right? If it's 8 years. So like, in 8 years, you're going to have all this money, and it's like, it's not even going to matter what he does. Like, he could just sign another contract at that point. I don't think that it's I don't know. I don't think it's short-sighted for him. I don't, because once you have that money, like, you can do anything you want. Just like you know, you're gonna hold out and wait for somebody else to spend stupid money up front, guaranteed for you to produce what you love doing. I mean, if you know, I think it's absolutely incredible. Like, you know, and obviously he's not one person. He has a team of people that he's working with to produce all of this content, produce the video. He's not probably not sitting there editing all that content and putting those, you know, clips together and uploading them and all that. Like, yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's short-sighted. I think $100 million is, it's going to go a long way. It's going to go an awfully long way, especially with the way he probably lives his life, which is probably not very, you know, over the top extravagant. So yeah, so that's what I think of that. And thank you for asking that, Jeremy. I appreciate that. I appreciate, you know, asking the question. And yeah, so I'm gonna wrap up and get out of here because it's really nice outside. I think I need to go mow the lawn, and I have a testing or tech test in like 15 minutes with the people who are speaking at this week's conference, which is happening tomorrow, 9 a.m. to I think 5 p.m. I don't know. I should pull it up so I can answer, so I can give you the right. Yeah, till 5 p.m. So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we will be here in the IndiePod group on indiepodcasters.com/virtual with the play button right there for you to be able to watch. If you want to watch from there instead of Facebook, it's up to you. No big deal. Send it to somebody you love that wants to get started with podcasting, because this is the Podcasting for Beginners conference, and we want all of those people, because to me, podcasters are leaders in their communities, and I can't stress that enough, that I hope that through all of these crazy times that's known as 2020, that you are showing up for your audience as much as possible, and as well for your family as well. Yep, that's how I think about it, and I could go on a whole long list of things, but you could go back to the first episode of the IndiePod Daily Show where I talked about it, where we talked about lead. I want you as a podcaster to see yourself as a leader and lead. That's what I want you to be doing. The only other thing is, like I said, we have pushed the date for Icon 6 officially to 2021, September 9th to the 11th. I'll be updating the website probably in the next day or so, be making more announcements about it as we get through tomorrow during the virtual conference. I look forward to seeing you all there, and tomorrow's episode will be why you need to be wearing headphones during your recordings. That is for Scholarship Saturday, which is all about newbie podcasting tips and tricks and all those things. Come and bring your questions. I'll be here talking about headphones and why I'm wearing them right now, because it definitely sounds I just actually prefer the sound of having them on and hearing my voice directly back into my ears. All right, everybody, have a great night, and I will see you all tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Have a wonderful night.